So this is a story from a few years back when I was in northern Nevada at the opal mines. It's a really neat place, and I arrived a day early so that I could check out the local area. If you've never been there before, I highly recommend it. Just bring plenty of water. I got stuck in the Nevada desert once overnight and half the next day. I suffered heat exhaustion. That's no joke. Stupid deer. I still miss the Audi too. Anyways, it was a little after dark, and I'm about half asleep, wishing I hadn't forgotten my sleeping bag at home. Tip number 2, it's cold in the Nevada desert at night, so come prepared. About this time, here pulls up next to me this rig, headlights absolutely blinding me. Now I'm awake. Out pops what appears to be 2 guys, maybe mid-20s, early 30s, from what I can now see as a white SUV. They begin by pulling out this enormous tarp. It's like 30, maybe 40 feet long. And they have a tiny dog. I'm thinking, hey, where's Karen? Why have you got her dog? Did you steal her dog and drive out into the Nevada desert? Anyways, their rig is packed to the max. And they have this tarp all bunched up over here and stretched way out long out that way. And they have a tent. They get this tent set up, and it's a kiddie tent. Like, it's tiny. Are you setting up a second tent, maybe? Because this is starting to get a little interesting. This tent is so small, you couldn't lay flat in it in any direction. Both these guys are about average size, and clearly they both couldn't fit in there, right? So they have this little tent set up, and one of them now pulls out these huge tent spikes and proceeds to stake the tiny tent down by, yep, you guessed it, driving them straight through the tarp. Kind of defeats the purpose, ruins the tarp, don't you think? Now I'm beginning to question, what exactly am I watching unfold here? Then things get really interesting. They take the tarp and they fold it and wrap it repeatedly around and over the tent. Once they got finished mummifying their tent, leaving only the one side open, well, I guess it'll stay dry, but carbon monoxide, breathability, tweakers? Okay, clearly not setting up a second tent. Is the one sleeping in the rig and the other in the tent? How's this working? At first I was like, these guys know what's up. Maybe they've done this once or twice before. But now I'm leaning more towards tweakers with a brilliant idea. Hey, I'll drive and you bring the tent. I saw this video on YouTube, and these guys were making thousands digging opal out of the ground. We got to do this. They seem more like those guys than a well-organized duo of opal miners. At this point, they are now packing things away and settling in. One of them is stacking his gear under the picnic table, all like he's playing tweaker Tetris. Gotta stack it just right. Are you planning on sleeping in the back of the rig there, sir? Is that why you emptied it out and are now playing reverse Jenga under the table? Is your buddy going to sleep in the tent then? No? And can you please stop shining your headlamp at me every time you turn around? Oi! I'm about done and wishing I was sleeping now. And it's only been maybe 20 minutes. Oh, now one of them appears to feel accomplished. He's smoking a cigarette. The one guy brought a kiddie tent. Reminds me of a first-year firefighter I once knew. Oops, I bought the wrong tent. It's big enough to get your upper half in. Just hang your legs out, you'll be fine. Personally, if I were him, I'd store my gear in that tent and sleep in the passenger seat. Pure genius. The next morning, I wake up and I'm sitting there, and I realize there's a purpose to tiny dogs. Yeah, they're perfect for RV people. I kid you not, I sat there for about 45 minutes watching all these people wake up and take their dogs over to the dog walking area so that they could go potty. Every one of them had a tiny dog, travel size. You know, it's funny watching tiny dogs do ordinary dog things. Oh, they got it figured out, but sometimes it just looks really funny. Oh, and the guys next to me, yeah, they're awake now. Definitely tweakers. Hey, I just wanted to say thank you for listening to my story. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more content.
Hey, thanks for watching. This animation took way too long to make. He already pretty much said everything. Go watch his original video, please. It's a good video. And I cut out part of his outro. It's not much, but you might want to hear it. And if you stuck around to this long into the video, wow for one. And two, thank you. Have a nice day.